Just to sort of back it up, assistive technologies are technologies that people with disabilities, typically people with disabilities, but anyone can use assistive technologies, people with disabilities use to accomplish a task. And it's pretty a pretty broad spectrum in terms of, you know, assistive technologies could be as low tech as a pair of glasses or crutches or canes, and it could be as high tech as, you know, artificial intelligence, voice assistants, smart speakers, right? Smart homes. These are all things that actually make life easier and can be assistive to assist people with disabilities in accomplishing tasks that they couldn't do before. One type of assistive technology is screen readers or screen reader. It is typically used by folks who are blind, but it's also used by folks who have print disabilities. So maybe they have a learning disability or dyslexia. And it does what the name implies. It reads what is on the screen. It reads it out loud using a synthetic speech engine. So instead of, you know, seeing what's on the screen, I am hearing what's on the screen. One big difference about how screen readers work from the way that mouse or sighted folks use a computer is that screen reader users typically navigate using the keyboard only. This is on desktop. So we do not use the mouse. And that's a very, very important distinction. Because we navigate around an operating system, we're using only the keyboard, you know, the arrow keys, the tab key, alt tab, things like that. And on your website, we will also be only using the keyboard to navigate. So that's why it's important that you remember that when you're creating your website, if you can click on something, you should be able to also access it with the keyboard. Some popular screen readers include JAWS, that's Job Application with Speech, and that is a screen reader that is on Windows. It's a paid screen reader. It can get pretty expensive on the user at least, but there are free demo versions that you can use. There's a very comparable, an open source, free and open source screen reader called NVDA, and that stands for Non-Visual Desktop Access. And that is also on Windows, and like I said, it's free and it's, you know, pretty comparable to JAWS. It pretty much is on par, and a lot of people in the blind community are using it now. It's almost like a 50-50 split between folks, at least Windows users, folks using JAWS and folks using NVDA on Windows. On the Mac and iOS side of things, we have VoiceOver. It's actually built into Mac OS and iOS in your settings, and then accessibility. You can check out VoiceOver there. Android devices have TalkBack built in. Chrome OS has ChromeVox, and Windows has Narrator built in as well. Those are two that are not listed here on the slide, but I just thought I'd put them out there. So there's definitely a lot of screen readers available on different platform, and that's a wonderful thing. It's good to have options, and it's good that they're also available on all platforms, right? So users can have an option of whether they want to use Mac OS or use Windows or iOS or Android, and so on.